Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for another DC review, and in this DC review I'll be covering Detective Comics, issue 107A and issue 6 of Spirit World. I'll now get things organised for the first one that I'll be covering. So as we begin to move into Detective Comics 1076, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Yes, it does, to which I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I must point out that even though this comic has a backstory, I will not be covering the backstory, only the main story. So now it's time to move into having a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end of this particular issue, and what is happening in Nocturne. So as the story begins, we have things taking place in the old Arkham ruins, and we've got the cells, of course, and I think that's one of the organs, I'm not too sure. Moving a little bit further into the story, we get to see some other characters begin to make their appearance, but we also do get to see make an appearance of we of course have Batman, Selina, Azrael, Montoya, Poison Ivy, and also Gordon make an appearance in the story. So here's one of the scenes with Gordon. Of course we get Azrael. Of course we have Selina and Poison Ivy, until eventually we reach the end of the story. For the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the story and its rating. So first things first, do we get any comic book references, considering how far along the way we are with Detective Comics? No, we don't. Next is the area of time, to which we have 3 days ago being brought up within the story. The locations that make an appearance in this are the old Arkham ruins, so the old Arkham Asylum, and of course the area of the cells within them. We of course mainly have Gotham, and also we have the Trixie Hotel within Gotham. The key cast of characters that make an appearance in this are Bruce Wayne Batman, Gordon, Selina, Kyle, Azrael, Renee Montoya, and last but not least, Poison Ivy. For the overall story rating in this, I give a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move into Spirit World issue 6 by Alyssa Wong. So as we begin to move into the last issue of Spirit World by Alyssa Wong, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? In some essence it does, to which I give a 7 out of 10. It's now time to move into the area of the internal art, as well as what's happening with the cast of characters within the story, as we have a look at the internal art around the beginning, middle and end. And then finally its rating. So as the story begins, we somewhat get a bit of a flashback transitioning into the present, and we get to see some of the things happening with one of the characters within the story. We learn that this character once remembered who they were, but seeing that they are now in this present world, they have basically forgotten who they were, and people have forgotten who they are. As we begin to move towards the middle of the story, we have Xanthi going up against, I think it's one of the generals that are in this particular part of the spirit world, along with Constantine helping along on the side. We do learn that there's a bit of a connection between Xanthi and this particular person who has somewhat become a bit of a villain in the series, until she actually helps them to remember who they actually are, and they basically return to their previous form. So for the area of the internal art, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the story. So first things first, with this particular story being small, there were no comic references in it, so I'm not really worried about seeing how small the series is. But we do move into the area of time. We did have a bit of a flashback, but we don't know when that flashback took place. But did it affect the story rating? The thing that we got time-wise was addressing the now or the present within the story. The locations that we saw within the story are the Jade Towers and also the inner sanctum of the Jade Court. The cast of characters consisting of Xanthi, Constantine, Cassandra Cain, and Wan Yujing. For the overall story rating in this, I give a 7.5 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.